animal lovers. Of domestic, by the way, not wild animals. Domestic animals. So which one of you was escorted by their cat or dog to the gate this morning? Oh, good, great. Yeah. Domestic animals are the best. So, can anybody say, can you have a recap about what we did last week? How did we define a journal last week? A scholarly journal. How did we define it? Can anybody give me a definition of a scholarly journal?
It can be referred to as an academic or a scientific journal.
Great. All right. Right. So what we're going to do this morning is we're going to talk about a search strategy. How you prepare a search strategy when you want to do a search on an online database where you retrieve electronic journals in electronic format. So you need to prepare a search strategy. So you are given a research brief, right? Maybe the topic is, can you outline the common diseases amongst bovine species in Zimbabwe? So you'd have to come up with right. For this, you have to come up with search terms. And then you'd have to look up for synonyms. What do you think the synonym is for bovine? And the research brief, the topic is common diseases amongst bovine species in Zimbabwe. Right. Why do we think we need to use synonyms? Why? Why do we need to use synonyms? Can anybody tell me? Why do we use synonyms?
We use synonyms because they give us the opportunity to retrieve as many documents as possible, because these authors use different words to mean different things. So particular words will help us to find those documents.
Yeah, correct. Yes. So, what can anybody give me a synonym for bovine? No one.
Cow.
Bovine is dog. Haven't you heard people saying, I don't know, when I was growing up, we used to say bova, like bova, meaning a dog which is really aggressive. Bovine is derived from bovine. Then what's the synonym for diseases? Illness. Okay. Then species. G. What's the synonym for species?
Class.
What else? Types. What about Zimbabwe? Somebody saying Southern Africa, correct? Because Zimbabwe is in Southern Africa. So right, we've got our synonyms here. So what we do is we use Boolean operators. Because we've got Zimbabwe, so we say bovine, we'll use and to link our terms. Because we want common diseases among species in Zimbabwe. So we'll say there'll be a link of bovine and diseases and Zimbabwe. So that's how we're going to do our search. Using an online database, we can either use Hinari database or we can use Springer. And you can get that from the University of Zimbabwe Library web page. But we'll do a practical. We'll do a practical next week. And then, but in between the time, you can be practicing on your own how to access the information. So that by the time we get to next week, we'll do a practical session in class. We'll do an in-class session. So does anybody have any questions? Is it clear?
Yes.
No, some of you look puzzled. You can do the search on your own.
Yes.